Good morning, everyone. My name is Melody. I am a third-year student at Harvard University studying computer science and economics. And just a fun fact, I also minor in dance because that's my passion as well. But I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about a student perspective of artificial intelligence, and especially in the classroom and in learning. So, as a student, you have to be lying if you haven't used AI in your education, in your classroom before. I first actually discovered ChatGPT only in 2022, so it was pretty recent, but ever since, it's been constantly in classrooms, either used by students, by teachers, things like that. And just a little bit more of in background of me as well. So, as I said before, I currently study computer science and economics, and I am in school during the school year, but over the summer I'm currently working as a data science intern at a software construction company based in the US, and I'm working on their AI and ML team, where I go ahead and train AI models to read floor plans, things like that. It's pretty technical, but essentially AI is everywhere, as we've been seeing. It's such a big buzzword, and honestly, I'm a little bit sick of hearing it sometimes, but it is something that we have to be talking about since it's such at the forefront of, education, society, technology, things like that. So I think what I'm essentially going to be talking about mainly is in the classroom, how it helps students and teachers, and also how it hurts students and teachers. So bringing those two perspectives to my speech today. So I'm going to begin by talking about how it has helped students and learning. Firstly, to do with, obviously, brainstorming ideas. So generative AI tools like ChatGPT and other AI tools available online are very prevalent in brainstorming ideas when you want to start a project, when you want to, create an essay, or if you're prompted to, work on some other assignment. Brainstorming ideas is very good to do by yourself, but it can be leveraged by using generative AI and other AI tools. Again, used in essay writing and things like that. Another thing that is also very prevalently used that I've been seeing in the classrooms as well is content creation. When you want to create AI images, it's really easy to simply prompt. For example, ChatGPT's, they have another image creation called DALL-E, and it's really easy for teachers to create this content and for it to visually aid students in the classroom as well. I've seen it also been used in lots of student clubs. So for example, I'm a part of a computer science club, and if we want to promote an event, we simply don't need to work or don't need to spend too much time creating promotional material, and rather we can create it using, generative AI. Another big thing that I've seen in the classroom is creating your own GPT based off of the course. So a really famous course at Harvard is called CS50. It is the introductory computer science course. I took it when I was in first year. You can also take it for free. It's online, and all the lectures are actually posted online as well. But since the boom of generative AI, CS50 has created our own AI bot where it is specific to the course, and any questions you ask the CS50 AI bot, the answers are curated to help you learn in the course. If you ask, is this code right? It won't tell you the answer to the correct response, but it will guide you according to the curriculum in the direction that you should be heading in. It will also, since this GPT system and large language model is trained from the curriculum of the course that you're learning in, the feedback that you receive is also very specific to the curriculum. So that is a huge, huge, huge step in learning and generative AI. And I think it's honestly one of the best things ever too, because as a student, if you're stuck somewhere, you would likely go to ChatGPT and be like, okay, let me copy and paste all of my work and see if, ChatGPT can give me some help. But usually a lot of the time, it's some random, obscure answer that is from a really deep corner of the internet that is not related at all to your work. And so it doesn't help. And oftentimes it also gives you the wrong answer, and then you're led to the wrong path and things like that. So I think that when these courses are creating curated GPT models to the course, that is a huge step in AI in education. So I'm also a part of, I took this other course called EC 50, which is a big data course where we learn about how big data can solve social problems. And it's an economics course. So they also have a bot similar to this. It's called the EC 50 bot. And essentially, you ask it questions, and it can respond based on the curriculum. And what's really particular too, you can even ask it, hey, can you give me 3 practice questions related to, this specific study that we worked on in class? And it will create 3 practice questions that you'd see similarly to the final exam, for example, and then you can use that to practice and study for an exam. So I thought that was very, very cool as well, and that's a big step, in our use of AI in education. Another thing that we've been using AI for is note-taking. I know some students even have audio recorded lectures, and excuse me, they feed them into AI models, and directly from that, they use the transcript to create summary notes of the lecture. I personally don't do it, but I've seen a lot of success from other students do that as well. So note-taking is a big thing, especially when it's useful for people with disabilities, if they are deaf or blind and they can't really see the lecture notes or they can't really attend lecture properly. It really helps people with disabilities who are trying to learn as well. So there's a big step there as well. Another thing, last 2 things. So a lot to do with the extracurricular life in university. I'm a part of a lot of student clubs, and in these student clubs we have meetings and things like that, and I'm sure it's very, very common in the workplace as well. But during a Zoom meeting, for example, I've seen many times where my partner has a AI bot that will join the Zoom meeting and listen to what we discuss during this hour-long meeting, for example, and at the end I automatically receive an email of exactly the key notes of the meeting, the summary, the next steps, some challenges that we encountered, things like that. And it's honestly one of the best tools ever, especially for a student club of mine. For example, if currently I'm part of a computer science club and we discuss, what are our next steps for going forward this upcoming semester, having those meeting minutes directly emailed to me, and not having anyone needing to exactly keep track and write notes is very useful as well. And this is also very prevalent in the workplace as well, and not just in schools. And finally, what I want to talk about is, while you're in university, what's very prevalent as well is recruiting and finding a job for postgraduate opportunities. So I'm currently in 3rd year, and I've already gone through this recruiting process once, or actually twice, to find the current internship that I'm partaking in right now. But what's more important is postgrad, and I've seen so many students take advantage of generative AI to create, cover letters, for example, or improve upon the bullet notes on your resume. I think that this is such a big time saver, especially for university students, since we're so busy with studying and working on our courses and improving our academics. We don't have too much time to be spending looking for jobs too. It's a very stressful time. So using AI and generative AI to help us and uplift and upskill that our resume and cover letter, and also keep track of the recruiters that come on campus or the companies and things like that. It is a really, really big help. I've definitely used ChatGPT to help me write my cover letters before. There's no shame in that. So yeah, that is the final note here. But what I really want to get out from my presentation is also responsible use of AI in classrooms as well. So I've talked about all of how AI can help students, but it can also hurt students in a way where it's used irresponsibly. For example, and obviously this is probably something you've heard before, but AI can be, it creates something, for example, an essay or an email or something, but if students directly copy and paste that and submit that as work, it is considered as plagiarism. And so we really need to make sure that students understand the consequences of irresponsible use of AI. And I really encourage teachers to use AI as a tool and not be scared of it, but also ensure that these expectations of using AI are outlined correctly. I'm starting to see already in a lot of course syllabi, so like the course description, there's a section in the course description that says how to use AI in this course, like whether it's allowed, whether it's not allowed, how is it encouraged, how is it not encouraged. So really outlining those expectations for students is how we can make AI a tool for use and leverage our learning rather than hurting our learning. And yeah, that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.